for this segment, we had a request from a few people in chat in one of the older episodes. They wanted to see us do this again. We had a video. It's probably been like a year now since we've done this, but we compiled a list of 10 songs that we really enjoyed growing up, like songs that came out 20 years ago ish, right? Songs. So it's songs that we grew up loving and listening to that kind of like influenced us, or we just rocked all the time, and we think they still slap.
Yeah.
So there songs that still slap from our childhood. Mine slap in other ways.
I also have a couple. So I respect that.
they might slap in, like, you know, get sad. And,
yeah, I've got a couple that I feel like you're gonna be like, really?
Yeah. Okay. So my number one song from my childhood that I grew up loving and I think still slaps. This shout out to you, Kevin, on this one too, because I know you share a love with this song as well. It is, if you remember, a little band called Smile Empty Soul.
Okay.
And they had a song called Bottom of a Bottle. I do it for the drugs. And it came out in 2003. It was on their self-titled album, and it starts with like a guitar thing. It's like and it's like how's the chorus go? It's like oh, it's so good, dude. I don't know what happened to that band, because they kind of like they put out a record or two and they just disappeared. But the song was super sick. I specifically remember the song too. For some reason, it was like 9 decibels quiet.
Oh, weird.
Compared to like every other song that was out at the time. It was like the mastering on it was so quiet. I had to crank my fucking stereo every time I listened to it.
So what happened to that band was they were on the label and they had a couple big hits, and what happened was they got canceled before the internet was really a big thing. A bunch of people signed a petition because of the war that was going on, Iraq, Afghanistan, and so they ended up getting enough people to sign a petition to where they got booted off their label, and then they're still touring because it wasn't shining a good light on the war.
Their album?
There was a song on there. I forget what the name of the song was.
A band being canceled for politics? So who would have thought?
So they got canceled, and he's still going on making music right now. I think they're still on tour, but they're doing small shows like El Corazon and
interesting.
Yeah.
Also, Kevin, you can bring chat back now for these ones. Yeah. I don't think we have to worry about the guessing stuff anymore.
True.
There were people in the comments that wanted us to turn off chat for the guessing guessing style videos, because they said you guys were spoiling the answers.
You were getting them before chat could get them.
But yeah, we can bring them back now. So yeah, Bottom of a Bottle by Smile Empty Soul. That's my first one. I recommend checking it out. If you like
I wish we could play the
old
clips.
School rock, you know, it's pretty good. It's got that angst a little bit to it.
The album's hard to find too, because it somehow got ripped off the internet. So I've been looking for the album for the last few months.
If you got the album, we might buy it from you. All right, Austin, what's your first one?
My first one is Listen to the Music by the Doobie Brothers.
Really?
I love that song. That was probably one of my earliest memories of like really enjoying a song, and then just like being very young in the backseat and just like, oh, listen to the music. Yeah, it was just like good vibes. And it just feels good. Every time you hear it in a movie or something, it's always at like a positive point in the film. And it's just, I don't know, that song just brings me like a lot of joy. And every time I hear like that intro riff, I'm just like, okay, I didn't know. I'm about to commit 5 minutes.
I see your Doobie Brothers, and I raise you China Grove. Do you know that one?
Who is that?
That's
artist?
Doobie Brothers.
Oh, how's that one go?
It goes bow now, chicka chicka bow now, chicka chicka bow chicka cow. It's like talking about China Grove.
Oh,
whoa,
yes, dude. Okay.
Whoa, China Grove.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Doobie Brothers had some hits.
Doobie Brothers.
And then the one song, what is it?
They had good songs.
What's the song called where it's like, bow now,
Oh yeah. That's another. That's like funky almost.
Like
that
long
riff.
train or train running or something. I don't know.
Long train running.
They had some bangers, dude. I would
yeah.
not guess in a million years you
I
would
know.
have a Doobie Brothers song.
I was a little doobie boy when I grew up.
Yeah, now you're a big Doobie boy.
A little 1972 action, bro.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, I thought that was that was the first one I wrote down actually too, because I was like just trying to go back. I'm like, what song brings me joy from my childhood? I was like, oh yeah, listen to the music, bro.
Hell yeah. All right, my number 2. I don't know if you've ever even heard of this band, but it's a band called Stutterfly.
Oh yeah, I know Stutterfly.
And they had a song called "Gun in Hand." It came out in 2002. I was on their record called "Broken in Pieces." I haven't listened to like any other song from this band, Stutterfly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how long they existed. I feel like they were one of those like bands that probably got signed, put out a record, and then it didn't sell, and then like the label probably shelved them or something.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a song called "Gun in Hand" that was super, super sick. And I remember it being in high school, listening to it, being all angsty and
Like,
be like, yeah, this song's sick, dude.
Yeah, Stutterfly was always a band that would like pop up in the recommended for like Taproot and stuff like that. Yeah, you just always get like Soulfly. Also, yeah, that was I haven't heard that
similar.
name in forever.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
gonna give me something
Every
to
time
listen to again.
every time I type Stutterfly, it always autocorrects to Shutterfly.
You're like,
and
no.
I'm like, no.
YouTube's
We
trying
must-
to erase them.
Yeah, I know. We must not forget
our past.
Stutterfly, dude.
Must not forget our history, brothers. When did that come out? You say?
That song came out in 2002.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
forever, 22 years ago.
Prime time.
It's insane, dude. But yeah, good song.
All right,
Sure.
my second one is "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" by Michael Jackson.
Keep on when the phone stops. Don't stop till you get enough. Keep on when the phone stops. Don't stop.
From
Okay.
1979.
Okay.
Come on, can't stop till you get enough. Come on.
Dude, talk about... Dude, yeah, Michael had some hits,
Dude,
man.
how could you not want to just like get up and like...
Yeah.
Come on. It's the most like dance-inducing song, bro. I love it.
Yeah,
You could
dude.
pick any Michael Jackson song, but that one specifically always holds a spot in my heart because like a lot of his songs are like, I don't know, you like want to just sit there and listen to them. This one I want to get up and boogie.
Yeah.
to.
It's Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, man.
Yeah, beautiful era. That song goes unbelievably hard. The music video is super funny too. He's like so young in that video.
So tonight we're gonna have to watch a bunch of horror movies, and we're gonna have to listen to a bunch of old school bangers.
Dude, you have no idea how hard it was. I like this close to putting 7 Missy Elliott songs in my and I just could not pick one, and so I ended up doing this one instead.
Yeah.
I was so close for my number 2.
Missy Elliott's got some bangers.
I love
man.
her songs.
Okay, my third one is from a band called the X's. I don't know
I
if
haven't
you
heard that name in years.
right.
I don't even think I know what they sound like. I just know that name from high school.
They had a song came out in 2004 called "Ugly." And it came out on a record called Head for the Door. I admittedly haven't listened to a single other Xyz song, which is probably why they didn't really take off much.
Fair enough.
But yeah, their song "Ugly" by Xyz is very, very good song. I went back and listened to it, and I was like, this holds up.
How's it go?
It's I'm ugly.
You.
That's, I can't think of the chorus right now, but yeah, no, it's good. You gotta check it out. It's definitely more of like a mid rock banger.
Mid-rock banger?
Mid-rock banger.
What does that mean?
Like not super like.
I was like kind of like you're like in the pocket. Like
Yeah, it's
in your
more
vibes.
like kind of like a chiller.
Put you in the
type of song.
vibes rather than like an anthem type thing.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I fuck with that vibe.
Yeah. It's pretty good
respect it.
though. Yeah, the Xyz. I don't know what happened to them, but that song came out in 2004.
I respect your
And
list. I respect your list.
I listened to it a lot.
Good pick.
I did.
My number 3 is Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And I don't want to see me
course.
Because I mean, dude, how could you fucking not love this? It is that live video of them performing in the rain.
It's better than the song.
If you ever like lose your passion in life, just watch that. It is like makes me cry. It's so
good,
beautiful. I couldn't imagine being one of the people that got to see that live.
It's crazy, and they probably had no idea when they were watching it too.
Right, and the craziest part for me, this song was made for a movie, City of Angels. They made it for this movie.
Nice.
They wrote it as a soundtrack song exclusively for this film, and it wasn't like,
crazy.
hey, we have this idea. They just for a movie wrote the best song ever.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, that live performance. Do you remember where that was? I know it's like a famous video on YouTube. Like it has like millions of views. But yeah, the live video of them playing that song in the rain. Such a sick moment to like secondhand watch. You know what I mean?
When like the second chorus hits and it's just like so big, you're just like, oh
yeah, dude. One of those cool
beautiful
moments for sure.
Love that song. Yeah, it just puts you in the feels immediately.
Yeah.
Just like, I didn't know I was about to cry.
I don't want the world to see me. All right, so super solid banger. My next one is from a little band you might have heard of back in the day called POD.
Yeah, nice.
And I specifically chose the song Set It Off.
Okay.
From their 2001 record Satellite. Obviously you have Boom.
Satellite.
Boom is probably like the biggest POD song ever, I would guess. It's huge. It was in movie trailers, like it was a massive song. Good song. But Set It Off was the record opener for Satellite, and it starts out with this drum fill. It's like and it goes and it does this like fucking sick ass riff,
chunky ass riff.
It's so good. It's like, because me being like little, I think I listened to it when I was like in 6th grade. I don't even remember. It was so long ago. But I remember listening to it and I was like, oh, who is this band or whatever? And I listened to it and like the first 15 seconds I was just like, this is so sick.
Yeah, when you hear you're like, like a world opening. I didn't know.
Before that, I would just listen to like what my parents listened to, like the Carpenters,
right?
Or like Doobie Brothers. It's stuff that's good, but it's stuff that like never had that like
you didn't find your flair, that angst, that energy,
like that crazy like headbanging shit, dude. I was like. So it's not like it's a heavy, POD. They had,
but it's a gateway. Track.
It's a gateway to that, like, dude, electric guitars, drums.
What the
rock, dude? Hard rock. Let's fucking go. I loved it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was so sick. But yeah, Set It Off from that, and that whole record too. It was tough for me to pick a song specifically from that record. My
Is that the one with Southbound on it?
No, it's not that, but that's a great song though. Welcome to Southbound. Yeah,
the kids don't play.
Yeah, that song's so sick. No, POD is so good. But
angst.
It was between that song and Messenger. Yeah, that one's really cool too.
Oh,
but
man. I wish my
whole Satellite record got shouted out.
I wish my number 5 was next because it would just go off this so well of just like getting into the rock stuff immediately.
Yeah.
But I got one more throwback before that from my number 4, and that is No Scrubs by TLC.
Okay.
Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me.
I would not expect that.
The passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me.
Okay.
I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Dude, I love that song. It's my bad
song.
anthem, dude. Going to the mall by myself.
Good song.
Some people don't remember when a song would come on that was new and you had a tape player and you can record songs.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of those songs that I recorded when it first came. This is cool.
My boy.
Yeah. You know what I used to do?
That song is so good.
I used to hook up a microphone to a the same thing, and I would put it up to my boombox when it would play on the radio, and and so when I would listen back, it would just be the shittiest quality. But I was like,
you can hear the melody a little bit.
I would do it like Godsmack.
He was making
shit.
black metal.
I probably
I was making black metal songs. black metal covers from popular songs, you know, way before I even had a YouTube channel. All right.
Beautiful.
So my next one is so this is I kind of wish this band would have done more. I believe it's the cousin of Jonathan Davis was the singer, but it's a band called Edema. Edema. And they had a song that came out. I believe they used it for like a Mortal Kombat trailer or something.
Was it like the big song?
It was, yeah. It was one of their bigger ones. It's called Immortal. You can't kill me, I'm immortal. Came out in 2003. It came out on their record Unstable. And they didn't do a whole lot. I think they might have had like 3 records, maybe 4. But yeah, like they had a couple songs. This one specifically, I don't remember where I heard it. It was either Funky Monkey.
Oh yeah,
the radio
104.9
Funky Monkey. You know, back in the day, or it was like I think it was a Mortal Kombat trailer. I can't confirm that, but I think it was a Mortal Kombat.
I mean, that would make sense if the song is called Immortal.
It was either that or someone made like an early like YouTube montage of Mortal Kombat using Edema's Immortal song.
Dude, so many songs.
I don't know. So one of those.
That's so funny.
But yeah, so
Chavez.
Edema Immortal 2003.
Oh, that's the guy's name?
And yeah, so the singer, Mark Chavez, he's Jonathan Davis's brother, apparently. So there's a little known fact there. But yeah, Edema.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that band was fun. That always reminded me of like 12 Stones a little bit.
12 Stones.
I was this close to putting Adrenaline on here by 12 Stones.
Dude.
My heart is beating faster, can't contain these feelings anymore.
Dude, 12 Stones kind of slapped back in the day.
Yeah, it was hard to describe their like style of rock.
It was like Christian rock, but it was like aggressive.
As badass as you could be as a Christian. It's like, damn, bro, he's maxed out his cool guy stats.
It was like, yeah, because 1,000 Foot Crutch was kind of a little.
They're like youth group kind of.
It was very youth group.
But those were like the dads.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like, bro, you can be Christian and ride a motorcycle.
Yeah,
what?
Except for the 1,000 Foot Crutch song. I was like, throw up your rock fist if you're feeling it when I drop this. Dun, dun. That song was cool. Dude. Yeah, anyway, I go down this whole Christian rock thing.
I love music.
We did this last time. We were talking about Pillar and like, yeah.
Okay, my number 5, which fits right into this conversation we're having. It is 2001 release, "Click Click Boom" by Saliva,
shit.
bro.
Until I'm overrated. Click, click, boom.
That I think that was like the only
Shit,
song my
dude.
dad's ever shown me, and I was like,
Click, click, boom.
I was up in my room, I let the stereo play. Like,
Dude, yeah, that song goes hard.
It's all right. It goes, just a kid with the pen
And a
the
big
pad and a big
imagination.
imagination. It's unbelievably hard. The music video goes tough as fuck too, and then it randomly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like, whoa, you're just like spacey, like kind of, and then it gets back and
Yeah.
Oh, it
It's like,
gets me
dude, we
hyped.
need a hook in here. Just throw a hook in
Bro,
here
I think
real
I
quick.
did my first kickflip to that song.
kick, flip. Dude, Saliva had some bangers, man.
Oh, dude,
Back in high school?
even now, some of their songs are still pretty sick. They're still doing music, and
Yeah,
they still have some hits. Their new album isn't the like sickest, but there was like 3 tracks. I was like, okay, guys, you still got some spit in you. I feel it.
Nice. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Click Click Boom, and then there was a record. I don't know if it wasn't the same record. I think it came out after that song, but they had some good tracks on that one too. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah,
So good.
Fucking
So
Saliva,
good.
dude.
Love that band, dude.
It was like redneck hard rock,
And there was like
dude.
2 years where they just played it on the radio, and every time I'm like, not sick of this.
Okay, so my next one, a little known band called Papa Roach.
Okay, let's go. That album was so good, front to back.
Okay, by the way, when I realized this came out in 2000,
Yeah, they were ahead of the game.
I was like, what? Also, thinking that's been 24 fucking years since this record came out, I'm like, this is insane to me.
crazy.
But yeah, so Papa Roach in 2000 on their Infest record, they had a song called Blood Brothers. and they had a few good songs. I mean, most notably is obviously the song, right?
Right. We don't need to say
Cut My Life into Pieces song, but Blood Brothers I loved because like I was saying about the POD Satellite, when you listen to it, it just gives you this, like, as a younger kid that didn't know anything about rock and roll and like hard rock and shit, the intro guitar riff,
that track. Yeah.
And then dude, and it was on the movie The One when they were
that
doing
movie's
their
awesome.
fucking, like, the final fight scene of the movie, like the climax of the, because I used to be into martial arts way back in the day, so I would watch all these like Jet Li movies, Bruce Lee movies, whatever, any Lee movies I was usually watching. So the climax of that movie, The One, and that movie had like Down with the Sickness in it. It had Bodies by Drowning Pool.
Yeah,
like that movie.
I think that was one of the soundtracks I owned because it was just so sick.
That movie got me into so much hard rock that was like, oh, this is so sick. Like, it was like martial arts and metal. I was like, heck yes, dude.
The rights must be just like much harder to obtain nowadays, because that that used to be such a big thing for like 30 years, where like a movie had like 20 songs that were just hits, and now it's all their money goes into an Ariana Grande song. They're like, we spent our whole budget on that.
Well, record labels probably want a ton more nowadays.
That was also on Tony Hawk 2, correct?
Blood Brothers? I think so. Yeah. Maybe.
That album's great. I'm about to go home and listen to that album again. It's been so long.
So anyways, the climax of the movie, the song starts playing. They're in this fucking metal factory. There's sparks flying everywhere. They're breaking. They're throwing each other into like all this crazy shit. And the song's playing, and it's like, dude, yeah.
It's pure bliss.
Dude, so yeah, Blood Brothers by Papa Roach. I think it still goes super, super fucking hard.
Respect the out of that.
And it's crazy too that Papa Roach, 25 years later, is still putting up numbers.
Right, like bigger than they've probably ever been.
They're killing it.
years
Just
later.
because they're an older band, like, they're actually crushing it.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's unbelievable how huge that band is.
Yeah.
Good for them. Very sick.
Anyways, yeah. But, geeked out a little bit.
Yeah, dude, well, understandably so, dude. That album goes unbelievably hard.
It goes tough.
My number 6 is 2003's Stupid Girl by Cold.
Stupid girl, I can't.
Stupid girl.
Wanna love you, stupid girl.
Okay. Cold was pretty sick. They had some bangers. You know what I always got confused with Cold is the song by Crossfade called Cold. Because every time, because I loved that song.
Yeah.
By Crossfade, and then I was like, wait, Cold is a band? I thought that was the song.
That's funny.
Like, because we didn't have like the internet back then to really look this shit up.
I think Framing Hanley also has a song that's like called Stupid Girl or something like that, and I always confuse those two.
That whole album is super good too, so I highly
You're the Spider.
Everybody go listen to it.
Yeah, You're the Spider goes hard.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's just such a cool. There's so many cool like singing lines in it. I don't remember most of the words, but the melodies are always stuck in my head.
Yeah.
There's just like 5 different changes in that song that are all very, very catchy for different reasons.
Okay.
Yeah, that one always stands out to me when I think of like, what's a song I used to just rock out to? And I'm like, oh, dude, that music video, bro, that David Draymond looking motherfucker.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll have to go back and listen to that record. All right. My next one is from a little known band called Alter Bridge.
Oh, whoa. Haven't heard that in forever.
Alter Bridge. I'm sure everyone knows who Alter Bridge is. They are essentially the members of Creed who got Miles Kennedy as a singer. And in 2004, on their One Day Remains record, they had a song called Broken Wings.
On broken wings I'm falling.
And it's a little bit slower. It's a slower track. It's more of like a ballad, but such a good song. The intro is this like really sick, like clean guitar doing these like cool like chords. And just the vocal performance was super, super good. The guitar work is super good. The bridge of that song is probably one of my favorite bridges in a song.
Even Alter Bridges?
Yes. Yeah, they're really good at the bridges. Very good song.
Do you remember the chorus? How's the chorus go? I don't know if I know that
It's
song.
good, dude.
I'll have to check it out.
It's
yeah.
really
shit,
good.
If it's on the bangers list, I gotta check it
It's
out. I'm
really
missing out.
good. Like I said, it's more of a ballad. It's a little bit slower. They get a little
ballads
heavy in the
sick.
chorus, like the distorted guitars come in. But it's more of a lower key song, like clean verses. But such good guitar work. The vocal performance was super good. The video was cool. Like I remember watching the video on like MTV and like Fuse and shit way back in the day.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, Broken Wings, 2004 by Alter
I think
Bridge.
they had a song called "In Loving Memory" on that album too, and it's super slow song. One of my favorite songs from that album. Those are both my favorite songs.
Yeah, Alter
Yeah.
Bridge is
I gotta
sick.
give Alter Bridge another chance. I kind of missed out on that band. I don't really know anything by them. My number 7 is sick, dude. This is hop off you're talking about how into martial arts you were and
Yeah,
how
yeah.
important that was for me. The movie Never Back Down was my
God,
martial arts
yeah,
movie, bro.
dude.
I spent like 3 summers watching that movie and just learning how to kickbox and do jujitsu and just like I was so fucking dedicated.
Never back down,
And
bro.
there's a song in that movie by the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus
Okay.
called False Pretense.
Okay.
Off of that record, the 2006 record. That was just full of bangers. That's the one that has Face Down and stuff on it. But False Pretense, bro, it's like right when he starts his like, I'm not who I thought I was. I need to train. And it's like, set up false pretense.
Yeah.
Yo, back this in a little way.
And then he gets out and he beats up all those dudes in the Hummer, you know? Kicks their ass.
No, that's a bad part. That's him losing his cool. That's a falling action. It's not epic.
Okay.
And they say that line too. It's one of my favorite lines because it's like so bad. It's when a friend tries to stab you right in the face, because it's like trying to play on the stab in the back thing. It's like when a friend tries to stab you right in the face. Like that's a weird line, bro.
Sung just like that.
But that song is so sick. That guy's got a unique voice too. Like he sings so fucking high, and it doesn't feel like forced at all. It's just like right in his natural register.
Yeah.
That album is incredible. Such a silly band name, and I kind of feel like an overlooked band because they had that big song, and then but that album, so many good songs that aren't Face Down.
Yeah. Okay. My next one, I'm sure y'all are gonna know this one. So the band Atreyu.
Let's go.
Okay, and I actually picked a song from a record, their first record, called "Suicide Notes and Butterfly Kisses."
wow, you went old school.
I went old school, and it came out in 2002. And the song is called "Lip Gloss and Black."
Yeah, let's go.
And this song was featured on the movie Underworld, or the second
was it?
one. It was either the first or the second
cool.
one. Or the music video for Lip Gloss and Black had movie clips
So it probably was in the song
from
They did that.
Underworld. Either the first one or the second one. I know I'm not making this up. But yeah, Lip Gloss and Black, I think, is probably my top 3 Atreyu songs. I was gonna say this one or Becoming the Bull.
Yeah, well,
I thought-
you
but
did that on the last one. which is
Becoming the
funny enough.
Bull is a really good song, so I wanted to go old school.
Grabbed it, boom,
Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, Lip Gloss and Black, dude. 2002,
Throwback. That's
Suicide
awesome.
Notes and Butterfly Kisses.
Ooh.
It wasn't the
Her Portrait in
biggest
Black,
record.
too. Also good.
Her Portrait in Black. Is that the one that was okay? So Her Portrait in Black was the one that was on Underworld, but also a great song.
Oh, okay.
Also a great song, but Lip Gloss in Black specifically, I
Yeah.
think, is a great song.
Oh, it's like it's such a like emo, like I don't know, even know, like metalcore.
Oh, it's so
rocker.
good, dude.
So they played that live the first time I saw them. It was so sick.
Dad metalcore.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, I have to go next. I was just
Yeah.
thinking about how much I like Atreyu old stuff. It's just like yeah, man. X is O, Bleeding Mascara.
They had some good songs, man. They had some
Okay.
good songs.
My number 8, to no one's surprise, is "Entombment of a Machine" by Job for a Cowboy.
Okay, let's go.
2006 release, the Doom EP.
Yep.
Arguably one of the best deathcore EPs that has ever dropped, and
wild.
understandably so, because they made Pig Squeals cool. They came out with they like understood why the genre was sick, and they just
it was
abused
almost a
it.
parody.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
everything that is like fun about that genre just crammed into 5 songs, and
Yeah.
it's so in Entombment of a Machine specifically, like that crazy girl scream he does, and just the intro riff is so iconic, and the
Yeah, it's very.
It's so sick. Oh, the breakdowns, the pig squeals. That song gets me going. I used to practice all the time to that one. And the lyrics are also very cool in that song.
Yeah.
For being like such an old deathcore track.
Yeah.
And lyrics at the time were just very like, you're a girl and you're a bitch for that. But
it was like very incel.
yeah,
right?
but Job for Cowboy never did the like my ex songs. It was
Yeah.
always just like, oh God, I just feel like nihilistic and bad.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's so funny. Yeah, JFAC, man.
Oh yeah, buddy.
All right, so my next one is a little bit of a cop out, but it was because I couldn't really pick one. And I will say this is I did a whole record. I did a whole album, and I did it because when I would listen to this band, I would listen to this record start to finish every time.
Oh, okay.
Every single time. So it wasn't really just one song. It was like I would play the record start to finish every time. It was actually Killswitch Engage's debut self-titled album.
Oh.
That came out in the year 2000, which is crazy again.
The
It came out the same
metalcore
year
kings, bro.
as Infest from Papa Roach, which is also weird to think about.
Mm-hmm.
They were literally like at the foreground or like the forefront of that new metalcore wave. Like they basically like them as they lay dying, like Lamb of God, they kind of started that whole genre of like
Yeah, getting a little more
like,
core and stuff.
little like pretty metal, you know, like heavy riffs and shit, but then like big singing choruses.
Yeah.
And, like really melodic but still heavy. But yeah, so the self-titled record that Jesse was the vocalist on the first one. So sick.
What's the song? Or
So
you're just
sick.
saying
I'm saying the whole
front to
album.
back?
So I was gonna, because there's like Vita Infra, there's Soil Bound, there's so many good songs. But I would listen to the whole record start to finish every time I would listen to it, and it has that old school rawness that you don't get from modern day metal too much, because nowadays everything's compressed to shit. Everything is, you know, completely quantized, fake drums, everything is completely vocal lined, auto-tuned, all the guitars are completely perfectly syncopated, and you know, it's a wall of sound.
It's got an edge that's not replicatable.
This is
really.
like raw and rough, and it's like you can hear him like gasping for air because he's doing the vocals in one take, and it sounds the drums are real, the guitars are just like up, you know,
Okay.
like everything is just like really raw, and it has that cool like, oh, these are humans making music, like this is cool,
This wasn't spit out by a robot.
and it's still really good. Like it's still really good.
I need to jam the old Killswitch. I didn't like really get into them till Howard was in the band.
Yeah.
Kind of missed that era.
Also funny, they have 2 self-titled records,
Ugh.
which is kind of an interesting
Dude,
move.
yeah, that's like a full video right there. I just completely disagree with self-titles. I just don't.
I was thinking of doing a video of like bands that have multiple self-titled records, because I'm sure Killswitch Engage isn't the only one.
Yeah.
But it is kind of a weird move to, I don't know, because like your self-titled is like, here we are as a band.
Right.
When you first make a record, I can see that's why they do it. But then to do one when you're 15 years into your career.
Well, and just like the zeitgeist of talking about music, it's so annoying when you're like, have you heard the self-titled by this band? It's like just which one? Just-
But yeah, so Killswitch Engage, the record from 2000,
Yeah.
super solid.
Yeah, self-titles for me are like when, like how the new horror movies are just naming their movie the original movie.
Oh.
Like the new Scream is just called Scream. It's like,
Gotcha.
you can't, you're the 5th one. You can't be Scream. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
It's just, how are you Halloween? There's
Scream
already
already
a Halloween.
exists.
And everybody, when they bring it up, yeah, have you seen Halloween 2018? Like they have to say that because
Yeah.
it's so confusing.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, which
stop.
one?
Stop doing that.
87, 2004, or 2019? Which one?
Exactly. All right, number 9 for me is, funny enough, I was just complimenting Joffrey Cowboy for not being incels. This is probably the most incel song of all time. Thy Art is Murder's A Whore to a Chainsaw.
Oh, yeah.
2007.
100%.
The lyrics are so over the top and hilarious
For
that it's like
sure.
absurd. So to the point that you can like look past how absurd it is and just enjoy the song.
That was the genre.
Exactly. It was just so
Yeah.
over the top. And
Just
like
say
it's a funny
up
thing to
shit.
say, a whore to a chainsaw. Like that's so wild of a thought to say. And that song it's like one of my favorite deathcore songs of all time. It's short, it's to the point, it's got insane vocals. This original vocalist, one of my favorites of deathcore ever. Just
Isn't
those,
he doing something now?
if he is, I have not heard of
Like
it.
a new project?
I have no idea if he
I thought
is.
someone told me. I don't remember where I heard
Possible.
that.
A lot of
I-
those old deathcore dudes are stepping out
I
of the woodwork
thought,
now.
yeah, I thought someone told me that the original
I know,
Die Art singer is now doing something else, but
The
maybe I'm wrong.
Original Chelsea Grin vocalist is doing something else. maybe deathcore. I don't know, association. But this song is love that dude's highest screams. Wild title of a song. There's so many absurd parts. I know like this whole song by heart, and it's such a funny set of lyrics to have memorized.
Yeah.
Unbelievable how crazy and weird. And like you said too, the like rawness of just like you couldn't really make this today because it feels like they don't know what they're doing fully yet. It's just like a bunch of 16-year-olds kind of like
Yeah.
stuff that you would not
Right.
like
It
be
doesn't
allowed in a
really
studio.
work.
Yeah, I know,
But it
that's why
kind
it's
of
awesome.
does in a fucked up way.
That's why it's fucking awesome.
And this is how I know that I'm old now.
I
Is
know.
because I'm saying the shit my dad used to say to me. They don't make music like they used to anymore.
It's happening.
It used to be so good and raw. Now it's all that processed bullshit.
yeah.
Which is like I still like that stuff too, but there's something like
It's just there's something about like
there's something about
like
that like
feeling versus musicalness, you know, like the
Yeah.
musicality, it can be as best as it can be and still not feel anything.
Right.
But if it's like raw and they're just like, I want it right.
well, there's also the raw talent of it because the less produced you are, the more talent you need.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Where
you have to rely on that
nowadays,
more.
I feel like everyone's so produced, you can't even tell if they're good or not anymore.
Right, yeah.
It's like, and then you see them like live half the time and they suck.
can't sing the songs that
Yeah,
are
and
like
it's just
melodined
like-
all the way up here.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
they're all auto-tuned, they're all playing to backtracks. It's like, and I have nothing against that. Do what you want to do. But
You just don't get that feeling. It's
you
just,
don't get
yeah.
that feeling that you're watching someone that's like put 20,000 hours into their craft.
Right, yes,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Anyway.
no, I feel that.
My last one is comes from I believe they're either from California or I think they're from California. A band called Throwdown. They had a record that came out in 2005 called Vendetta, and on that record was a song called and it was so sick. It starts out with like a lighter going, and then he just goes bar, and it's just
Nice.
like imagine like a mixture of like what did they sound like? It was a mixture like take Pantera, like heavily Pantera influenced,
Okay.
and add like mosh pit, circle pit shit into it, and so they were this like Pantera inspired hardcore band. So it
Okay,
was like
interesting.
thrash kind of riffs, but then they had these like heavy like ride bell like ting ting ting, ting and like brown like these heavy like Pantera
Those
like
are all things I like.
Yeah.
I like all those things.
so it was this weird like cool mix, especially the vocals, very Pantera inspired, I think.
Yeah.
But it was like a hardcore metal band and so cool. The whole record's pretty good. They had another song on a different record called Holy Roller that was also really sick. You'd like that one because it's all chromatic riffs. You love your chromatic riffs. But yeah, so Throwdown, great band. I think they're from California. I'm not entirely sure. It's either California or like Boston. I get confused with these guys.
Throwdown. I'm gonna look this up. There's a couple.
you gotta look 'em up,
Yeah,
dude.
there's
They-
a few in here that I'm like, I don't even know what these are.
I think they had like 4 records, maybe 5. I think their last record came out like 2012 or so. I don't know. California. Okay, they're from California. I think their last record came out like 2012 or,
damn.
or 20. They've been not doing stuff for a while, but they were sick back in the day. And I discovered them just by walking into a fucking FYE, and I
Nice,
saw the
yeah.
record, and I was just like, oh, let's give this a shot. And I was just like, these guys are sick.
That's the
These guys
best.
are
Yeah,
super cool.
I missed that era, just discovering stuff based off like the album artwork looking cool.
Yeah,
You're just like, I'm
yeah.
just gonna scan this and see what it sounds like.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, cool band.
All right, my final one. This is a funny one. This is 2009 came out. Head PE Renegade.
What? You want
Oh my God, Head PE,
Dude, yeah,
Dude.
When I was just searching my brain bank and this popped up, I was like, oh my God, dude! I used to just go to the skate park by myself for hours and just like loop this song.
Jesus.
Like, it's the best like child rebellion song ever. Like you're a teenager and you're like, my parents, bro.
Dude, yeah.
Hey, you see me? I'm still standing. I might be
Oh man.
because I'm a renegade.
Hell yeah.
You want some? Come and get some.
What's that other song? Didn't they have another one? That was
They had a couple good songs
Yeah.
off this record. There was probably like 3 songs that had music videos that were pretty sick on here.
I feel like I'm familiar with a different song from them, but
Yeah, but that's a throwback band that is very I feel like just didn't do much after that. Like they still were
Yeah.
around, but this was like definitely their peak, and it is such a nostalgic track for me when I hear that like intro guitar. Like, I'm like, oh, hold on, I gotta take my jacket
yeah,
off.
you know the song's about to be good if the intro riff sounds.
Yeah, this is the song that's gonna play when I'm 45 and I have to beat up some kid. I'm a renegade. What? You want some? Come and get some.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Well, that's all we got for this one. If you guys like what you're seeing, then please consider going to our Patreon and giving us your money. That way we can keep the lights on, we can keep the camera guy fed, and we'll really appreciate it. Thank you. Link in the description below.